Hey there, storytellers, welcome back to my channel and welcome to what is essentially a holiday treat haul because I didn't actually do a lot of baking. But we are starting off with a little bit. It's pre-made Pillsbury festive sugar cookie dough in the Frosty the Snowman pattern, the elf hat pattern, and the classic Christmas tree. And of course, like I said, these are really low effort, but they're technically still baking, so I thought I'd include it as a little bit of a nod to a baking vlog. I explain more why I didn't do a lot of baking at the end of the video, so you'll see that then. But there are the cookies lined up on the trays, ready to bake. And as you can see, I have a lot of pre-made stuff, starting off with these two Rudolph chocolate heads. They're just in the shape of his head. I thought they were adorable. And then we have bachi. These are dark chocolate covered, like hazelnut goodness. It's not Christmas and New Year's without these, so I had to have them, especially once I saw them at Trader Joe's. Most of this is from Trader Joe's, actually, just spoiler alert. Then we have these two hot cocoa stir sticks that already have some little marshmallows. And speaking of marshmallows, we have these little snowflake marshmallows. My mom gave me these. I have no idea where she got them. You can see my cookies done in the background. We have hot cocoa mix because you can't have marshmallows without hot cocoa, really. I mean, you can, but why? Then I also got these cookie mug hangers for hot cocoa just to like jazz it up. They're gingerbread guys. Delicious, I'm sure. We have the dark chocolate covered peppermint JoJo's. I love chocolate covered Oreos, so those looked delicious. And then we have salty honey toffee milk chocolate covered crackers. That's a mouthful. I tried one of these. It's really kind of caramely and yummy. Not as salty sweet as I was hoping. I like a little bit more salt, but that's fine. We have these mini gingerbread people with white fudge icing on the back, and these are pretty good. They're actually a little bit spicier and snappier than expected, and I really enjoyed that. Then we have our advent calendars, which we actually remembered to take out prior to the end of the holiday season this year, which is rare. And then in my Oh What Fun tin, we have basically a bunch of festive chocolates. And we have a few miscellaneous Lindt truffles and regular Hershey Kisses on top, but mostly it's Andes Mints and some of the like mint-filled cream peppermint cookie. I forget what it's called, but they're the like mint-filled cream kisses. And then you'll see me hunt for it, but we have a few of the Dove peppermint bark chocolate squares as well in that tin. And basically we are candy people. Like, we do like the baked goods, and I am somebody who loves baked goods. As you can see, I put a dent in those cookies already by the time you're seeing this, but we tend to just kind of walk by and grab a piece of candy when we want something sweet, rather than like sitting down and having dessert officially after dinner. So having different candy options is usually the better way to go for us. So that explains what we have going on. For the most part, we have two more tins to cover, and then that's pretty much all of the holiday treats that I will have for you guys. But we have this Merry and Bright tin, and in here it is, you guessed it, more candy. We have some Ghirardelli peppermint bark, and then I have some Cadbury. They're not egg-shaped, they're sort of round bobble shapes, but they're like Cadbury chocolate eggs, but in festive Christmas colors. And then some random assorted festive shaped chocolates from Trader Joe's, a snowman, a gingerbread man, etc. And then we have these Lebkuchen cookies, if I'm saying it right, I'm not sure. They're basically soft gingerbread cookies. They're spicy with nuts, and they have a layer of chocolate and a layer of wafer on the bottom. Very good. And then you see my attempt at Turkish Delight. Here is the sort of bottom of the pan. I followed the directions in terms of like layering it with powdered sugar to make it less sticky. But I'm going to be perfectly honest, that's where I stopped following the directions on this recipe. I will link it down below. It's Rosanna Pansino's. I really didn't follow it. I used some cornstarch because I was trying to thicken up the instant packet of Jell-O, which is probably where I went wrong, to be perfectly honest. That, and I think I probably should have reduced it down on the stove if I was going to do it this way. But you can see that I mix them together there, and then I'm waiting for the water to boil to add it in, and then following the directions on the packet, it says to add 2 cups of cold water before putting it in the fridge to set. I thought I'd add cold cran raspberry juice. That is another suggestion of Rosanna Pansino's to sort of make it more flavorful. That tip did actually work out. I really liked the taste at the end, but man, it was not Turkish Delight. So there it is, ready to set, and spoiler alert, it didn't go well. You can't quite tell when I take it out, apart from the fact that you can kind of see that it ripped at the edges, but there's like this filmy layer at the bottom, and I don't know if it was the powdered sugar or if the cornstarch didn't quite dissolve, which I suspect it didn't, and sank to the bottom and kind of mixed in, but it was gross.
Well, as Jeremy Clarkson would say, and on that terrible disappointment, that's the end of our show. No, but seriously, I honestly debated whether or not I was going to share this video with you guys because I didn't actually do a lot of baking. I stuck something in the oven, so it counts. It baked. But then my Turkish Delight attempt was a flop. Admittedly, I knew it was risky to do it that way, but I thought, you know what, to heck with it, let's just give it a shot. See if it turns out okay. It was edible, yes. Good, no. The Jello part was fine, but that filmy layer, not so fine. And I didn't even attempt to roll it in the powdered sugar because it was clearly not the right consistency for that to work. So I kind of gave up on it. But basically, I had so many treats kind of already ready to go that I didn't want to add to it by baking on top of it, because it's very likely that somebody will send us home on the holidays with more food, and we're only 2 people here, and it just seemed like a waste to make so much stuff that I knew we couldn't possibly get through. So you more than likely might see me do a little bit of baking or maybe another Turkish Delight attempt in a future video, because I have all my baking mixes that I meant to do, and it's still going to be winter for a while, so the flavors are all very appropriate. So I just thought I'd save them and sort of put them in later videos on days off if I felt like filming, or saving them. But, if you're interested in seeing a future video with a little bit of baking in it, do let me know. But yeah, I hope this satisfied for now. I just didn't want to create more food that I knew we wouldn't eat, and at least the candy stuff will sit for a while and be okay, whereas the baked goods are gonna get gross and moldy and stuff if it just sits out and we don't eat it. So I was just being a little bit pragmatic. But anyway, for now, I'm going to get going. If you want to keep up with me and all of my bookish adventures, you can go ahead and click the subscribe button. And of course, I absolutely highly recommend that you ring the little bell so that you don't miss a beat, because it will notify you every time I post a new video, which in the month of December for 25 whole days, which is really just 2 more days, is going to be every single day. So I'll see you guys tomorrow with a new one. Bye!